All right, so we got a mega patch dropping today. And for those that don't know, I record this content ahead of time. So I can't really speculate on what the game is truly going to play like today when this video goes live. So I'm going to show you something that I know for certain is not going to change in this title. And this is one of the most fundamental route combinations that is dominant right now in college football 26. Now, if you guys enjoyed today's video, consider subscribing to the channel, hit that notification bell, grab out your pen and pad, and let's get after it. We're going to be talking about mesh. Now, I'm not talking about going into your concepts and going to medium pass and then choosing mesh. Don't get me wrong, this is something that you can succeed with against a lot of stock defenses in this game, whether it's man or zone. What I'm going to be taking you through today is the best version of mesh that you can run in the game. Now, there is a actual stock play for this in the Tulane offense, as well as others that have the bunch tight end, but I'm going to hot route this out of the play known as stick. Now, if you guys run the bunch tight end offense, the thing about this that so many players will do online is they will immediately flip their formation as soon as they break the huddle. So let's kind of go through in general how this works. I'm going to put the ball here on the left hash. You break the huddle with your bunch to the short side of the field. This is going to align the nickel corner, if they're in a nickel defense, to the short side of the field. And the goal of this that everyone uses online, and I can already see some of you in the comments raging as I'm about to kind of encourage you to do this, but if your opponent is in a nickel defense, you flip the formation. Unlike the computer that will auto flip for you, this makes it so your opponent has to flip their defense and then get into the process of setting up their defense. So that's why you come out with your bunch to the short side of the field. The other thing that's a real benefit to this is that you can actually make hot routes while you guys cross the field. Me personally, I'm not a fan of that, but it's the design of the game and it's allowed, so you should. This makes it so you can get in all your adjustments while your guys are going to their new spot, and you basically reduce the amount of time your opponent has to set up a counter defense to this. So the route combo that you're going to run with this is to put the inside receiver, the middle receiver on a drag, the tight end on a drag, and then you stem down this corner route. If you do this, this is literally going to be free against pretty much any zone in the game. So now that we understand the importance of flipping our formation, I'm going to skip the semantics of that here and just kind of break down how we can run this. There are so many variants of this play that you guys can run, but this is the most simple call. Namely that you're always going to have this ability to basically throw one of the drags. A lot of times in this defense, you can go so far as to basically put drags to the inside receiver and the tight end, and then you put the point player on a streak and the outside player on a corner. This is another variant that is really, really effective because this opens up the down and outside pass lead to the corner that so many players like to throw, okay? So a lot of times people will be setting up this play. They'll put X and A on a drag. They'll put Y on a streak, or sometimes a slot fade route. They'll stem down their outside corner. And then what this does is it effectively just runs off the defense so you can throw the drags underneath. It is so hard for most players to be able to stop this play because you simply don't have the responsiveness of the hook zones. It's going to require that you basically shade your coverage down, or you custom drop your zones down to be able to defend this. And then you also have this other drag. You can kind of throw that other drag. Again, so many players will be switch sticking around their defense. Most players kind of lurk on that left linebacker in that hook. And because of the way that most players tend to kind of lurk in this play, you will oftentimes have this quick drag underneath if they're playing too shallow. Again, against the AI though, you know, stock cover 3, it'll do a better job at defending it. A lot of other players will also play what is called cover 3 hard flat. Cover 3 hard flat is basically going to, instead of purple zones on the outside, they're instead going to be playing those hard flat zones. And with that, that's going to really open up your actual meshing combo. So when we set this up, a lot of times what you can do is kind of have this stem down corner to the B receiver. You have this slot fade route to the Y receiver. Some players will stem this up. But then if you notice the running back, how he pulls down that hard flat, that really opens up the drag to the other receiver that you saw was covered in the last example. Because again, on the short side of the field, you don't have this purple zone. You have more of a hard flat style zone that's going to really attack the running back swing route. It's important that you guys keep these horizontal, you know, pulls, whether it's a swing or a flat route, because that's what makes the mesh concept so hard to defend. When you pull the flat zones wide to the sideline, you put a lot of stress on the hook zones in the middle of the field to be able to defend both of these drag routes. So you could throw one or the other. The user can't be in both spots unless they really have a great switch stick. And again, most players don't, especially if they're switch sticking those hooks in the middle of the field. What this is going to allow you to do is go right back to the real backbreaker of this call, which is honestly the stem down corner. So they're playing these hard flats, and then you're just like, all right, well, I'll just chuck this little throw into this spot here. How do you have a hard flat that's designed to take away drags and quick flats, but it can't take away, you know, the stem corner? That's why the bunch tight end offense is so powerful. And that's before we even really discuss how annoying the bubble screen is. So what I'm teaching you guys here is stuff that you're going to face online all the time. This is not necessarily, well, I'll be honest, I do run this stuff as part of the way that I run the bunch tight end. But if you guys want to take a look at how to run this offense at a much higher level than just running mesh and bubble screen, don't get me wrong, you can win games with that, and you will. But if you guys want more, I'm talking bomb formulas for all the different coverage shells, unique route combinations, and hot route tricks, and routes that players don't use in the bunch tight end, I would highly recommend you guys head over to gridirongameplans.gg. I have a ton of content on the website, 70 plus vault tips already on the website, 5 game plan installs. I got another one coming this week, more vault content coming out now that there's a mega patch dropping today, and we have Madden coming out tomorrow. So we got so much on the website. You can bundle your college membership with your Madden NFL membership. You guys can go month to month on either game, switch back and forth. It's totally up to you. I still have my pre-sale offer that allows you to bundle your whole year of Madden with college football on the website as well. So make sure you guys take advantage of that. I am going to go ahead and get up out of here, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you guys drop a follow on the channel, hit that notification bell, go check out Gridiron, and I'll see you guys on my Twitch stream as well. Until later, this is Zan, the lab, and good luck.